And now this next conversation is programmed and presented by our sponsor, Bank of America. With more than 10 million Hispanic clients, Bank of America has made working with the Latino community a top priority. So please join me in welcoming Carla Molina, Head of Local Market External Affairs with the Bank of America, Angie Garcia Lathrop, Community Affairs Executive with the bank. And joining Angie and Carla on stage is Claudia Curiel. She's an anchor for Telemundo. Welcome, Claudia. I'm going to hand it back to you.
Good morning. Welcome, everyone. And we have two wonderful examples of successful Latinas here with us, so I'm just going to jump right into it. You know, so many times companies talk about the importance of having employees from diverse backgrounds so they can bring better solutions for their clients. Can you each give a personal example as to when you helped your company develop a program or service that positively impacted the Latino community?
Sure. First of all, good morning, everyone. It's great to see so many Latinas out in the audience today, so thank you for joining us. Claudia, thank you. We really appreciate you dedicating your time to the summit and sort of raising up the stories of Latina leaders, so appreciate your time. There are many examples of which Bank of America asked me to bring my full self and my culture and heritage to what we do at Bank of America. I am the Community Affairs Executive, as was mentioned, and part of my job is to meet with national nonprofits about the business issues that we have in our communities, to hear from them what's happening for their constituency, and to learn, to listen, to find solutions for issues that are being raised up by nonprofit advocates. One such example is I work closely with Unidos US, the largest national civil rights organization for Latinos. And in a recent engagement about 2 years ago, we learned about the opportunity to engage with them, to partner with them around developing new talent for Bank of America to potentially start working in our financial centers, in our consumer business, and train that talent and enable them to come into Bank of America to really grow with us, to develop as leaders, to bring their full self, just like I'm asked to every day, to work, and to bring their community and their experiences to Bank of America. Our commitment to them, so that commitment and that dialogue led to what's called our Pathways program, which is bringing in new talent to the bank and really building career pathways for them. That engagement I'm so proud of. Today we have 100 new associates that are bilingual, working in financial centers across 9 markets. And I'm very proud of the partnership we have with Unidos US that led us there and allowed us to really develop our talent.
One of the great things about that program that Angie really helped to spearhead is the fact that these members, or these employees now, we pulled them out of their communities and want them to be very engaged still within their community. So they have the career development opportunities within the bank to grow across, a long-term career and develop them to whatever line of business they might choose to be in. Right. And then part of the impact of that program is ensuring that they're also remain in their community and also bring that leadership and maintain it in the communities where they live and work. So.
Well, that's a great example. And also, have you seen diversity and inclusion efforts improve throughout your career? And if so, in what ways?
Certainly. In fact, at Bank of America, about 6-7 years ago, our leadership asked the Latino executives within the bank to pull together and build a council, in essence, of Latino executives within the company to really work together to identify the issues of the moment for Latino leaders at Bank of America, and also bring in solutions. So that engagement, I think, is really advanced how I see diversity and inclusion at Bank of America, enabled me as a community affairs executive to tie our leaders, like Carla, who's a member of the Hispanic Latino leadership at the bank and a member of our council, it's allowed me to tie those leaders into great opportunities like speaking at Unidos US annual conference or addressing the US Hispanic Chamber and their leadership. So it's really enabled me to be a stronger professional and tie together the interests of our Latino executives to what I do.
Yeah, I think it's really helped us build a strong network within the company and also be advocates for issues that impact the Latino community and how we as a company can make a difference. That said, there's certainly still opportunities. You might not think I work in communications, but a lot of times my job is to be a voice and be an advocate for our community within the company, whether that is to help develop products or think about products a little bit differently. But one of the things that we're really focused on is talent as well. So we still struggle to build a pipeline of diverse talent across all of the businesses that we support. So we, as a company, we really serve 3 types of customers: individuals, businesses, and large institutions. And a lot of our talent sits in that individual consumer space, but finding, continuing to develop and grow the pipeline that can serve across all of the businesses remains a challenge, especially as you go into the local markets. And you might not think of it, but I was just talking last week, I was in New York with one of our executives from Los Angeles who works on the commercial side of the business, and he's really committed to hiring a Latino or Latina, and and we're still, growing to identify the pipeline. So there's still a lot of opportunities, still lots of work to do, but that's also what makes it exciting for us still being here.
Absolutely. We're still facing many challenges, but I think companies are becoming a little bit more aware of that. And so also I want to talk a little bit about how your Latina influence has evolved throughout the years, whether that was, growing up, pursuing your degree, and now working in corporate America. How has that changed?
For me, it started as a child. For me, I grew up in Tucson, Arizona as Angie Garcia, and my father was first generation Mexican American. He still is, he's still with us. And he was sort of a trailblazer, one of those that's the first of everything, the first to graduate from high school in his family, the first to get his bachelor's. He was the first lawyer, and in fact, in the first law school class that Mexican Americans were in at the University of Arizona College of Law. So he was a lot of the first veteran in his family. And in his early days as a lawyer, my father founded, along with 12 other lawyers, the Mexican American Legal Defense and Education Fund, better known as MALDEF these days. So my dad was chaired MALDEF in the 70s and 80s when I was a young kid, and I saw him serve. I sort of appreciated what service and what nonprofits and what roles they play in making our communities better and stronger. And he was a lawyer as well. So I think that connection to service, my mother was very invested too in service, has led me to grow as an individual and to connect my career to service and also to advocacy.
Great. And Carla, I wanted to ask you, you mentor a lot of young Latinas. Can you talk about your experience doing that, and what advice do you give to rising professional Latinas?
Sure. So again, back to the opportunities, I think what I see most is that there aren't enough of us. And so that is why I'm here. And that's why Angie and I are really focused on, again, the pipeline, but especially Latinas. We're fortunate to work for a company where our CEO firmly believes in diversity and inclusion. We as Latinos are 18% of the population, therefore 18% of his management team should be Latino. And so we're really focused on that. And I speak at events across the country, and oftentimes what I hear is, oh, it was so great to see another first generation American here, Latina, like me, out there. And so what I would say to all of you is that there needs to be more of us. And so whether it is our responsibility to find that all Latinas pull each other up, join arms, and work together to create that next generation of leaders. And so that to me is the number one opportunity. There's just we need to use our voices. We need to bring our full selves to work, as Angie says. We need to and one of the things that we bring with us, as I think many of you know, is our passion, and that helps us to excel and always give it our full opportunity, bring our full selves. And so I think that's what we need to do more of.
So I think that was a wonderful note to end on. It went by so fast, but we're just out of time. Our 10 minutes finished, but thank you so much, ladies, for your wonderful experience that you shared with us today.
Absolutely, thank you.